How's it going, everyone? Hope you're all having an awesome day so far. Wraith here with another Doom Eternal video, and this time I wanted to talk about the possibilities of including a Team Deathmatch mode in either Doom Eternal or a future installment. Battlemode is Doom Eternal's version of multiplayer, but there are some fans within the community that have voiced their opinions on it, and it's sometimes a love or hate relationship for that mode. I enjoy Battlemode, but don't really spend a whole lot of time playing it. I think having a Team Deathmatch could really work out and give some more life to the franchise. Before I get going, if you're new here and love Doom and similar games, then consider subscribing and setting up notifications to stay up to date with the channel. I recently set a goal of trying to get to 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year, but hopefully we can get there sooner. Alright, let's get going. Multiplayer usually has a big part to play in the longevity of modern video games due to the constant support by the developers and the ability to play with your friends online. Many of us remember the good old days of playing some Slayer on Halo, but as time went on, many of us moved on to other games and are focusing more on single-player games. The recent Doom games have mainly been focusing on the single-player aspect of things, but the devs do also want to reach those other players that want some online action. Doom 2016 had a typical Team Deathmatch mode, among other modes, and I would say that a good number of fans enjoyed it. I myself played it a lot, but it did feel almost out of place, or at least not what it could have been. Certain Affinity developed the multiplayer and didn't do a horrible job, of course, but it felt more like a Halo or Call of Duty multiplayer, since Halo is among the games they have worked on before. It's not to say that multiplayer in Halo games or Call of Duty are not fun to play, it's just that fans wanted a unique mode meant for Doom itself. I think the added playable demons within the mix of the deathmatch made it a bit more unique in its own way, but it was definitely unbalanced since the demons overpowered the other human players. The customization options gave players a lot of options to choose from. You could change the paint on your gun, your loadout, wear different armor sets, and the list goes on. Honestly, the multiplayer in Doom 2016 was really not a bad mode to play, and it was a way to give players other options and ways to not get so burned out on the campaign. You even had the option to play against bots, which is always a good way to get a feel for how the mode works, practice on combos, and get to know the maps. All in all, the multiplayer for Doom 2016 worked out, but not everybody was happy. It's always impossible to please everyone, but if you can please the majority, then it's a step in the right direction. Battlemode in Doom Eternal definitely took a different approach to multiplayer. One Doomslayer against two other demons would now be their version of the mode. id Software is passionate about Battlemode and feels that it was the right decision to make. Honestly, I've had a lot of fun with the mode during the first month or two after Doom Eternal was released, but left early due to many different reasons. Among those reasons were unbalanced matchmaking and the simplicity of the matches. Oftentimes, I would play against a pro player, and at that time, I wasn't as good as I am now, which I still have a lot to practice on, but they would beat me really quick and I never stood a chance. Of course, Doom Eternal is a skill-based game, so by me getting defeated really fast makes a lot of sense. The whole point of Battlemode is to use your skill to beat other players that have grinded the crap out of the campaign and want to see what you are made of. This isn't a mode meant for casual or new players. After understanding the mechanics and doing the Doom dance efficiently in the campaign, the next challenge would be Battlemode. Now, a lot of players enjoy playing Doom at a reasonable difficulty, so Battlemode would be something that oftentimes be ignored altogether. In a sense, Doom Eternal is a game that was made for the hardcore fans that have plenty of experience in playing first-person shooters and or have at least played a lot of Doom 2016. I have a lot of friends that I tried introducing Doom Eternal to them and they stopped playing because they either lost interest or thought it was too difficult to play even on the easiest difficulties. Believe it or not, there are a lot of people that don't have the time to invest in a game and master the skills needed to get in the fun zone. I feel that it was a lost opportunity for id Software to create a mode for those casual players, or at least have some way to play online without getting wasted every time. However, I have a few ideas on how they could implement a unique Team Deathmatch mode in a future Doom game. The possibilities of putting a Team Deathmatch mode in Doom Eternal would seem very slim, mostly because of our current situation with the pandemic, id Software working from home, and the amount of work that would be needed to create the multiplayer mode from the ground up, especially if it would be created in-house. So it's definitely more likely that we could see a Team Deathmatch in the next Doom game. Doom Eternal had a lot of lore to explore concerning the Night Sentinels and their history, but I think it would be cool to explore that in a different way. Something that could be unique to a Doom multiplayer is that it could use the lore within each match. What I mean by that is that we could explore parts of the Unholy Crusade all the way up to the Betrayal. There could be two different teams to use. One would be the Knight Sentinels and the other would be the Marauders. The civil war between the Argentines consisted of those loyal to the throne against those loyal to the Khanmaker. Each match would be within a location on Argentina among other places, and the arena would work much like a typical team deathmatch. Something like 5 versus 5 would be ideal, and id Software could also have fodder demons and possibly heavy demons within each match to not only give an extra challenge, but ways to get supplies like armor, health, and ammo. I always thought that there would be different armor combinations between the Knight Sentinels and Marauders, which allow a lot of customization options. The Knight Sentinels were professional demon slayers and would have likely customized their armor to suit their needs. The Betrayer had slightly different armor compared to the Marauder and other Sentinels, and there has been a lot of concept art for both the Knight Sentinels and Marauders showing them with different armor patterns. I would love to see a Marauder with different armor, horns, and scars showing their wounds prior to gaining immortality from the Divinity Machine. The next Doom game would no doubt have Marauders as a returning demon, and seeing different varieties of them in the campaign would carry over to the multiplayer. All in all, there would be a ton of room for customizing your Knight Sentinel or Marauder. I won't go too much into detail with weapons, since those could all change in the next game, but as far as power weapons or weapons that would spawn on the map and give you an edge, could be something like a Crucible, which would not conflict with the lore since both Knight Sentinels and Marauders use them, or even an ability to use their spirit animal like the wolf. There could even be kill streaks where you could summon a Demon Titan if you are a Marauder, and an Atlan for the Knight Sentinels. That would be awesome to see an Atlan and Titan fighting each other in real time. In Doom Eternal, we've only seen them defeated or destroyed in all the different levels. The ability to summon other demons like we do in Battlemode could carry over into Team Deathmatch by way of a kill streak. The Knight Sentinels could have different kill streaks like reinforcements, or even being able to use the wolf. Another thing to mention is to have announcers for each team, such as King Novik for the Knight Sentinels and the Khanmaker for the Marauders. I would like to think that every match would start with a small cutscene of each announcer talking to the players, explaining the battle plan and sharing some detail of the lore at the same time. For instance, let's say the map is Terras Nabat, and King Novik briefly talks about what happened at that city and how it will help them by recapturing the city. Or a map of Necrovol on the side of the Marauders, the Khanmaker talks about the betrayal, and by fighting the Knight Sentinels will help cut them off from any reinforcement. By doing this, it would not only act as a loading screen, but change things up for every map and for whichever team you are on. Of course, by the time we come across the next Doom game, the lore will be a lot different, but hopefully you get my idea of how a team deathmatch could work in Doom. Depending on what the lore will be focused on, each team could be more across the lines of USC soldiers versus demons, Knight Sentinels versus other Sentinels, or some faction that is completely new to the Doom franchise. Either way, take what I say with a grain of salt, since these ideas are all possibilities and could potentially never happen. Unless, of course, id Software reaches out to me and I can help with a new game. Whatever happens in the future for the Doom franchise will hopefully benefit more players of different skills. Having a team deathmatch is something that a lot of players enjoy, and I believe that id Software will be able to pull it off in the next Doom game. The single player action will always be its biggest strength and attract players to it, but multiplayer can offer other ways to bring in more players and keep the game alive for years to come. What do you guys think about having a team deathmatch in the next Doom game? I'm all for it, and I think it would be great to see what id Software can cook up for us. I hope you all enjoyed my insight about this topic. It's great to see myself being more active on the channel and hope to continue uploading more videos. If you liked what you saw here, then be sure to like, subscribe, and share the video so we can get it out there more. Also be sure to check out my social media accounts at RipNtear Gaming. I recently started a Discord as well for this channel, and I'm really new to it and still trying to figure it out, so it's still a work in progress. The link will be down below. Hope you all have a great one, stay safe, and until next time, don't forget to rip and tear. Peace.